Hi everyone, it's Sandy Holterhaus, your rec center dietitian, and I just want to welcome you to our insulin resistance to type 2 diabetes class. So this class will be all about making you healthier. So some lifestyle changes, support, education information, diet plan to help you reach your goals with your blood sugar. So just a little bit about myself. I am a registered dietitian. I work out of the Collins Aerospace Rec Center. I am also a certified yoga teacher. I teach here at the rec center. So those are the things I enjoy doing and adding together some relaxation and some healthy diet information. So the class format, congratulations if you're seeing this video, you have got into our virtual gym. So all of the content will be delivered through our virtual gym. We never need to meet in person, so you can do everything at your own pace. The program will be delivered January 16th through February 26th. But don't worry, if you get behind, you can scroll back to the day before or the week before and go through any videos or other information that you want to go through. So there is two parts that the virtual gym consists of that we'll be using, and that will be the group scroll, which is similar to a Facebook page. And I've already got lots of great information out there on some of the latest research in insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. You guys are welcome to post to that group scroll, ask questions, or if you found some helpful information that you want to share, also able to put that out there. That information will be available to you as long as we keep you in the group. But the other portion of that will be the calendar, and the calendar is available to you during these days, January 16th through the 26th of February. And that is when you will be able to access all the different videos and information for the program. So you want to try to keep up as best as you can. But again, you can do it at your own pace. Most of the videos are going to be somewhere between maybe 3 minutes to 20 minutes, and a lot of them are cooking videos, so you don't have to actually watch all of those. You might want to watch the ones for the items that you are going to make, but I do try to put in some tips and tricks with those videos as well. So the more you can watch, I think the more you'll enjoy the entire program. So again, just try to follow along with those daily calendar items as best as you can. The other feature will be the menu plans and recipes and grocery lists, and that has been delivered to you via the email that I sent to introduce you to the class. And so you can access all of those information for the recipes, the menu plans via that email. And you can also, I'm going to try to get that into your individual pages here on in the virtual gym, so you have access there as well. So the menu plans, you can click, it will take you to my Pinterest site. My Pinterest site has a lot of recipes out there. When you click on the specific recipe, it will take you to the site where that recipe was created. So I know it can be a little bit cumbersome. And then you may have to hit jump to recipe to get to the actual recipe if you want to follow it via a computer or tablet. Otherwise, I did print out and include all of the recipes in that information booklet that I've included, that I have attached to your introduction email. I don't want you to feel like you have to make all of the recipes. I'd be happy if you made 2 or 3 of the recipes per week. If you are really excited about this program, really love the flavors of the Mediterranean diet and want to make all of the recipes, that's great. I'm all about that. And I think working towards that goal of eating more of these Mediterranean foods that are healthy for us, that help decrease inflammation, and then putting with that the element of calorie control or carb control can make the Mediterranean diet just a fantastic diet for people that have insulin resistance or prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. So Again, all that information is available to you. I do have my Pinterest page here. There's a link also in that letter that I sent you, and all the recipes in the menu plans are linked to that Pinterest page as well. So lots of great recipes out there for you. So accessing the virtual gym, hopefully you haven't had any trouble and you've got it onto a computer or a tablet. I like to tell people, if you also want to go ahead and add it to, a phone or a tablet if you haven't, depending on how you want to view the information each day, that makes it just really handy to scroll through the calendar and click on the different materials that you want to watch that day. So if you want to add the Trainerize app, that's who we use for our virtual gym, to any other phones or tablets, then make sure you just follow those instructions that you received in that initial email when we set you up into the virtual gym to do that, so you can follow along that way. And do make sure you contact me immediately if you're having any trouble with seeing any of the materials in the class. So just a little bit about the educational videos. There are, I would say, 12 that will be the most important for all of you guys to watch. And in the calendar, you will find those on the Mondays of the 6 weeks and the Thursdays of the 6 weeks. So these don't include any relaxation videos that I've thrown in, or any of the recipe videos that I've thrown in. But these are kind of the meat and potatoes of this program. So on the first week, you will see that we have the diet, moderate carbohydrate Mediterranean. So information on how I came about that diet for this program. There will also be kind of a bonus video I don't have listed on here, but that is going through your booklet. So the booklet that was attached to your introductory email that has the diet plan in it. There will be a video on that. I believe that is on Wednesday of this week. Again, you can scroll, I believe, forward and back in the calendar to work ahead if you want, or if you get behind, of course, catch up. So also in the first week, we'll have a video on carbohydrate counting. That will be on Thursday. Moving on to the second week, we will talk about insulin resistance and increasing insulin sensitivity. We all want to be more sensitive to insulin in our bodies. And along with that, we will also talk about reducing saturated and trans fats in the diet, and why that's so important when you're putting together a diet for people with insulin resistance and diabetes, type 2 diabetes. The third week, we'll move on to prediabetes and also reducing red and processed meats, why that's important. The fourth week will be featuring type 2 diabetes, and we'll talk about increasing soluble fiber in colorful fruits and vegetables, and why that is so helpful in helping to decrease those blood sugars. So if you do have type 2 diabetes, I don't want you to get overly concerned that maybe you can't go backwards and improve your blood sugar numbers, because I think that you can. I think the key here is that we do want to try to reduce that carbohydrate intake and decrease the amount of insulin that you're putting into your body, because we know insulin is a fat storer, and we want to try to prevent storing fat, because that only makes the problem worse. So there are things we can do even if you are a full-fledged insulin dependent type 2 diabetic. The fifth week, we will cover lifestyle changes, including exercise, sleep hygiene, and some herbs and spices that might be helpful for keeping the blood sugars down. We will also talk about how to include healthy fats in the diet, what those are and why those are helpful. And then that sixth week, we will be talking about understanding inflammation and the importance of having, a spouse or family members that support you, that don't add to the stress of your health situation. And we will also talk about alcohol that week. So again, once you start looking at the material, I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. I want you to hopefully just start trying to absorb information. I do a lot of repeating as you go through the coursework, so that the material starts to stick with you and becomes more understandable. So rest assured that you can learn this information. And also, if you don't have the time to cook all the meals or the inclination to try all the meal plans that I have put out there for you, don't stress out about that either. There are some other options that I'll go over when I go through the diet plan book review with you. And also, again, I'd be happy if you started out making, 2 to 3 recipes a week that start to incorporate some of these foods of the Mediterranean diet, just so that you start to get an understanding for how these foods can be helpful and how we can maybe set aside some of the foods that aren't quite so healthy for us. So that's all I have for the introduction. I look forward to working with you. Remember, get in touch with me right away if you are having any trouble seeing the videos and the information. And make sure you email me or put or questions out on that group scroll as well. I'd be happy to get back with you and answer questions. Thanks for joining.